Now, so that is really about the bodhicitta. And now we go to the third one. Third one is the chant for the purification of obscurations. So now this is the purification practices. And again, this is powerful practices, and is the purification practices, and it is purification practices together with the also accumulated merit. Both are together. The first is purification practices. So now what we purify? We purify all our obscurations, negativities. And we purify negativity and obscuration also as well as all the living beings too. Because our bodhicitta. Again, to do the body purifications in the teaching mentioned, without the bodhicitta, the relative bodhicitta. Without the relative bodhicitta, the purification, again, a practice won't walk exactly as we wanted. We have to combine the bodhicitta with this, relative bodhicitta. And not just only relative bodhicitta, we have to have the devotions, confidence. All that means refuge, being closeness connections to the Buddha Dharma Sanghas or the Buddha Vajrasattvas. And then bodhicittas. And generally in the teaching it said that when you have the bodhicitta will clear away the obscurations. Bodhicitta will purify all our heavy karmas and karmas too. Really in the teaching said. For that reason, great master Shantideva said, moment you develop the bodhicitta in heart and mind, that moment you start to purify our negativities, karmas. Moment we develop the bodhicitta in our heart and mind, that moment the power of the bodhicitta is like fire that will burn the heavy load of the collected karmas, bad karmas. So therefore, bodhicitta itself is so powerful. It really, when we have the bodhicitta, each time we develop the bodhicitta, it clears away karma, and it purifies the karma. Then what? It accumulates the merit, same time. We're gaining, we're reversing, until we meet the teaching of the great teacher Buddha Shakyamuni, we're more accumulating, maybe heavy karmas all the time. But time we met as the teaching great the teachers and heard the teaching, and we applied that teaching, that moment we started really to purifying and burning the karmas, heavy karmas, all that. So we purified that. And now how many days of obscurations? Generally, there's many that we heard always. So again, I highlighted that and remind to all of us. Those karmas are generally named as, obscurations. How many obscurations? 2 obscurations. Those are known as the emotion obscurations and the and the teaching said knowledge obscurations. So 2 obscurations. What is this emotion obscurations? Emotions obscuration is a great teacher Buddha Shakyamuni gave the first teaching, cause of suffering truth. That is emotion obscuration. Cause of suffering truth. Cause of suffering truth, they can divide it into 2, emotions and karma. And in the teaching it said, Le Nyu Mungpa. Le Nyu Mungpa is the cause of suffering truth. So our cause of suffering, all the beings suffering, cause of suffering truth is karma and emotions. Who caused the karma? By the emotions. Emotion is what? It's 3 principal things. Ignorance, attachment, anger. Where that come from? From mind. Mind created negative emotions. How that happened? As like dark cloud in the sky. Even though it is not really connected to the mind, but it created that. such as like cloud in the sky. Cloud is not connected to the sky, but it appeared in the sky. The rain cloud, thunder clouds, all that. That appeared. By that happening, and then it created the karma, the action. Karma is a Sanskrit word which means action. That not emotions are not just stayed like without doing anything. It did activities, acted. And among the three emotions, who is the front runner? Attachment and anger are the front runner. Ignorance is behind the scene. Ignorance is cause of the attachment. Ignorance is the cause of the anger. What that attachment and anger, if it gives another name in the practice of pith instruction, hope and fear. Hope is what we like to hoping. It's attachment we like to have. Fear is scared, going to lose, a little bit frightening, fearful. Then we show them. The both are saturated by the ignorance. Then combination is when it acted by the physically, verbally, it projected to the out. Then it created trouble. It created trouble. It made trouble to those projected beings. It made trouble to ourselves. Who get more trouble? According to Greek teacher Buddha Shakyamuni, even we project it to the others think, oh, I did, or I become the winner, or I did something. We feel the winner. But that is tricking to our own mind. Reality, who is the loser? Doer is a loser. One who did is a loser. Then create the karma. Create the karma. According to the degree of the activity, then it's called karma. Light karma, medium karma, heavy loaded karmas. According to the degree of that. Then it's not the karma, is according to Buddhism or Buddha's teaching. Teaching is not just going to happen one time, you did because one time. It multiplies. It multiplies. It's in a way, we plant the seed on the ground. When we plant the seed, we're not expecting to get one result. How many from that seed, one seed we plant, how many results or how many crops will come from that? Karma is like that, according to teaching. Karma we planted where? We can plant our subconscious storehouse. We planted that. Now we plant it. And continually preserving that with all other ongoing emotions. Not just let it dry or let it go away. We continually preserving unknowingly, continually protecting, continually looking after that in a way. Then it will mature. Whether this lifetime or according to teaching, maybe after many lifetimes, it will mature. Not just then when it matures, it's not just only one time. Many times it can happen. Again and again. That's the way the system of the karma in the teaching said. Really goes. So that. So who created that? That is known as the karma obscuration, karmic obscurations. Then there is no obscuration, emotion obscurations. Emotion obscuration is the source. Then expanded these three emotions, expanded, and what are those? Jealous, anger, arrogance. And then excitedness, doubt and hesitation, all that together expanded in the gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni said there is 20 sub-emotions. sub-emotions. We can always count 5 emotions, 6 emotions, but there is all together 20 sub-emotions from the root emotions. All that, those, all is emotions. Those are in, if you like to look those things in the Abhidharma teaching, or it is translated by in the Suno line of Shambhala publication. Those are known as knowledge. Get to the knowledge, I think, by great Master Maharaj teaching. So if you like to look, those is all listed there. Oh, yeah, that is all. So those are known as karma obscurations and emotion obscurations. And then knowledge obscurations. Knowledge obscuration is attachment, greeding, attachment and clinging, attachment and clinging. That is deep down, more stronger than the anger and those anger and attachment is very deep according to teaching. Teaching is really very deep. Clinging is very, very deep. And then clinging to many things. Clinging as a poem, clinging on the perceptions, clinging on the conceptions, clinging on the consciousness. And then all those variety of the clingings of the me and clinging of others, clinging of the mind, clinging of the others, and so many different clingings and ideas and thought and my way of thinking that and my belief this and my belief that. I mean, all those so many clingings. This is the one after. Reality is all mind. There's nothing externally independent existing outside. We can say, oh, hi, this and that. This. All creation of the mind is all clinging, according to Buddha's teaching. It's clinging, is purification, we are holding up. Holding, and then become trend. And then with that, when we hold, not just we hold, we trying to keep up that what we believe, I like to do that, and make all the activities, the karma activities, or maybe sometimes the good activities, and bad activities, and then create on and ongoing activities. Those all are all known as obscurations. Obscurations and negativities and the defilements, all those names used for that. And now we're going to clear with this. And then also, according to Buddha's teaching, those are what? Also more obscure. There is two obscurations in Buddhism. Those are known as natural obscurations or natural negatives, fabricated negatives. I mean, I'm translating like that, and of course you can look at that. Natural negative, it is other 10 non-virtues that you all know. 3 by the body, 4 by the speech, and 3 by the mind, all together 10, and 10 non-virtues, 10 negativities. And the 10 virtues, opposite of those, 10 virtues. So those are known as natural nature. Because why is natural? This is not just something that connected with any religions, but every country identified and recognized those are negatives. Maybe there's the last one, 3 mental state has slightly different than that, but otherwise, everyone really believes those are not good. Everyone. So those are the universally proved negativities. And then there is fabricated negativities. And who fabricated? That is gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni to preserve the morality, integrities, and authenticness of the practice of meditation. Buddha gave many guidelines. And those are known as fabricated because in a way Buddha fabricated. And when you also do those are then known as vows. Vows in Vinaya vows or rules, vows. Bodhicitta vows. Vajrayana teaching, Samayas. Those are slightly different names, but reality is just basically the similar things. So those all are known. When we do against it, or when we can't really go over that or beyond that, then it becomes negativities. Whatever it is, then it again becomes the obscurations. So now we're going to purify that. Purify with the powerful techniques of the Vajrayana teaching, and particularly Dzogchen teachings. Dzogchen teaching, and that is then is here clearly mentioned, and we go over this.